What up, everybody? My name is BBKDRAGOON. We're going to take a look at a replay today of mine from a few weeks ago. This is a Diamond Team Slayer game. We're on Regret, and I'm going to go through this with the intention of showing you guys common ways that you can look at your replays and critique your own gameplay. Watching back your losing replays is one of the fastest ways to improve as a player, period. And there's a wonderful theater mode in this game. If you've not seen the previous tip video in this series, I recommend that you watch it. I've kind of thought a lot about this mental tip series to where each of the videos builds upon one another. So if you've not seen the previous video, I recommend you watch it. The other bit of self-promotion I'll do is during Halo Reach and Halo 4, I did about 50 replay reviews in total, where you, the viewer, submitted your replays to me, and I went through it and critiqued them and just looked for reoccurring decisions rather than accuracy, decisions that I felt could be improved upon. And that, even though it's Halo 4 and Halo Reach, is still a good learning resource for low and mid-range players, because we're basically going to go through this replay with the exact same process that I would do if I was critiquing one of your replays. Finally, before we get going, I know it's going to be asked a billion times, BBK, are you doing Halo 5 replay reviews? I cannot do Halo 5 replay reviews until 343 adds file share support for films. This is an amazing feature to be able to go into this great theater mode, and to not have file share support for this is silly. It was in the game 9 years ago. I don't know what kind of technical wizardry it requires, but please implement it back into the game. Okay, let's get going. This is a game I played a few weeks ago. Like I said, Diamond Slayer. I'm pausing here again. I'm rusty as all get out. This was the first game I played after a 2.5 week break, so my accuracy is going to be trash, but I'm going to still make some decent decisions, and we're going to talk about what happens when your teammates aren't necessarily going the most positive. At the same time, what can we look at from a decision-making standpoint to improve upon? Because if you've not played in a long while, your accuracy is going to be bad, especially in Halo 5. But I think decision-making is so much more important than accuracy. Anybody can develop accuracy if you just play and practice for an extended period of time. Like if you're playing regularly, your accuracy will improve. But what's more important are the decisions you're making. So right off the bat, I'm going to grab the carbine and I'm going to rotate behind the red team to try and get a hold of the OS, or at least fire on the OS. It's important to pay attention on Regret. The OS is critical and the fuel rod is critical, so we'll fly up here. Red team ends up getting the fuel rod. We only sent one player on blue team to contest the fuel rod, and red team's going to be the ones who are going to actually get the OS. So I pull around the corner here. They're going to pull the OS. I get one kill, throw a nade in, I think get the second kill with the nade, and then boost back there. Unfortunately, not the best opening. If, we're looking purely at decision-making, I had a great starting spawn to actually go and pull the OS. So, hindsight, I would have just ran straight for the OS. But it's the first game, first time of the day. They've got OS, and I believe they still have the fuel rod. Oh, yeah, our blue teammate took him out and took it for himself. Beautiful. All right, now after getting the double, we're going to push into the red base, and we get a nice spawn right here. He just has the Magnum. Magnum against Carbine. The Carbine should win that fight each time. Me sitting in red base is going to kind of screw up the spawn, so this is a bit of a positioning mistake. Take a look at the radar. Do you see the red blip? With the radar being so close, I know that this guy is right above me, all right? So I'm going to run forward and do my best to, well, you guys can see. You'll see here. Boost forward, and then get that delicious ninja. Oh my gosh, ninjas are so tasty. That's one of the greatest feelings in Halo. Let's take a quick look at that again. So the real trick with the ninja is just going forward. It's trying to lure the opponent into that sense where he go, oh my gosh, look what happens when I play in slow motion. Look at the radar. Oh my word. Whoa. Anyway, the real trick, that's distracting. The real trick with a ninja is trying to fool the dude behind you into thinking you haven't seen him. I know this guy's here, and he's going to look at my back and go, oh, I want that delicious back smack. I want that booty. And we just jump. Man, the radar glitch is weird. We go backward. His momentum's pushing forward because he wants that back smack. And all you have to do is just sort of jump, pull back on the stick, look down, and you've got yourself. See, he totally went for the back smack, and by the time he realized it, it was just too late. So I have assassinations disabled, purely because we're playing Arena. If this was Warzone, then I don't mind having assassinations on. But assassinations get you into trouble more often than not, so after getting the ninja, I'm going to start trying to put pressure on the enemy spawn from the fuel rod tower and from the top center. On Regret, I think the best place on the map to be controlling is the fuel rod tower as well as the top center. You don't want to be trapped in your spawn in the base. There's just too many ways for the enemies to put pressure on you in there, and grenades do a good job of controlling space in that area. Also, the power-ups are going to be coming up here in about a minute, so I want to be paying attention to that. Do note that the accuracy might look a little weird. The theater mode in Halo 5 doesn't do a great one-to-one representation of where your crosshairs were. It just does a general job of it. I don't know if you guys have ever been spectating. I should not lose this fight, by the way. He gets a perfect Magnum kill, so he just outshoots me very well, I think. Yeah. Do you see the little star? That means he got the perfect kill. The Carbine should have won that 9 times out of 10. I didn't need to be pushing in on the spawn there either, so... All right, why did it swap cameras? Let's get back to me, por favor. So with 30 seconds coming to the fuel rod, we need to be getting set up in this tower. This is the first big mistake of the game and the thing that you want to be looking for. Like the easiest thing to look for in your gameplay is, are you controlling the power weapons? Are you controlling the spawns? I pull back here and grab myself a DMR because that's what I'd like. The sprinting has delayed my shield recharge, which could get me into trouble. 10 seconds left. Next goal. Seriously, the goal right now at 10 seconds left is to get up and control this space and shut down any red opponent who wants to get their hands on the fuel rod. Fuel rod is very important. If we're not going to be setting up for OS, we need to be setting up for that fuel rod. So I'll throw some nades. I'm just sort of hanging out, checking out. Horrible play. Let's pay attention here. Why is this a bad decision? It's about to spawn. I tunnel vision on some dude up here, and I make a bad jump. Get 2 shots in on him. I'm out of position. I'm not going to get to pull the fuel rod, and so now I have to pull back. They get control of the fuel rod, and I think I die right here. Oh, nice little side boost in there. I'm pretty certain I die. Yeah, that fuel rod is really good. So, huge decision mistake. Not accuracy, not a lack of play, just a stupid decision on Dragoon's part to not actually work on controlling that part of the map. Take a look at the game clock as well. I just died to the fuel rod, by the way. It's 9:46, and the OS just popped up a few seconds ago. Nobody on the blue team is set up for it. There are 2 advantages on this map. Fuel rod and OS, and if you lose your opportunities to pick those up in a game, there'll probably be 2 or 3 possible times that you can pick it up, if depending on how long or short the game is. And if you miss those opportunities, you're probably going to lose the game. Like, they matter a huge amount. So if you're not controlling either of them in your own replays, you got to look for those things. It's a huge part of map control and the decisions about where you want to position yourselves. When we jump back on board my perspective, check this out. I want you to look in the lower right hand corner of the screen. Do you see the OS? It's still up 10 seconds after I've died. And it's on my screen. In the heat of battle, I missed it. I totally missed this. Instead of thinking about OS, I'm just thinking, all right, we'll get back and try and help my team out with this fight. That's another mistake to look out for. You would be surprised how often you'll walk past a sniper rifle or a rocket launcher, OS, whatever it may be, active camouflage without even realizing it. So just look for those things. I mean, look, it's in plain view and I missed it so clearly. Absolutely heartbreaking. So getting naded, decent nade, nice, okay. Well, there we go. They pulled the OS. I'm definitely going to die here. Try and get as many shots in as I can. Oh, Spartan punched all the way up to the top of the tower, dude. Physics. All right, so we're going to retry and take, I think, yeah, we want to retake that. I need to get that DMR, though. Try and get a DMR, BR, or Carbine in your hands as fast as possible. On this map, you should have them constantly. I go and I get the first bounce nade, second bounce nade, didn't quite work. DMR shuts that guy down, puts him right back in, got 3 shots onto him. Boom! Oh man, DMR melts in this game. And now I'm going to push with my teammate up to the top of the tower here. I think this is all decent decision making in regards to trying to hold this, but we really need to get a hold of the next OS or the next fuel rod cannon, period, because we're already starting to lose some ground. 2 or 3 kills behind. They've been able to manage the power-ups and the power weapons way better than we have, period. So, doing battle here with a fuel rod guy. Yeah, that was risky. That was really risky. I could have, yeah, there we go. I got punished for it eventually. That was a little risky using my thrust to poke. So, we'll fast forward here. I'm going to work my way back up. 10 seconds to fuel rod cannon. This one I think we do control if memory serves correct. So, wasted nade. Maybe not a yeah, wasted nade. I ended up getting the kill. So, all right, pull the fuel rod cannon. 1 easy kill. Did I betray? No, I didn't betray him. All right, we're good. And then let's see what happens here. Continue to control the tower. I know that they're all going to be pushing on me. And just reload. 3 shots left. I do not use the last 3 shots to my advantage. Fuel rod cannon, in my opinion, is a better defensive weapon. Wasted 3 shots right there. I should have just tried to wait till I had a better opportunity in line of sight. Bam, and double melee. It's gross, but I got the job done, and I fell down right in front of the red spawn there. I think that was a decent use of the fuel rod cannon there. I don't know if I hate those beetles, by the way. I don't know if we ended up getting the OS. No, they got the OS off of that. So if we take a look at the scoreboard here, 14-5, yet most of my teammates are going negative, and we'll talk about that later. There's so much I could have done to play better in this match that there's zero sense in looking towards blaming your teammates for losing this game, because we've already seen some pretty big critical errors in regards to control. A winning or losing game can come down to just a couple of power weapon spawns. Nice nade, dude. If you nade, nades are great, but if you nade that wall right there and they're standing up here, you're done. You're either one shot or you're toast, straight up. Also, there should be a black Magnum skin whenever you're in this base. There's a hiccup here. Your Magnum looks all black. It's cool, and I like it. So, I'm gonna do battle with this gentleman. Oh, that's disgusting, Dragoon. That's so bad. That's the, I haven't played in 2 weeks look, where you can't even control your stick for a bean. Yeah, ugh, gross. But no need to fight in the base, like I've mentioned before. Oh, man, just bad control, bad stick control, bad accuracy. All this stuff is here. So, how do you address accuracy? You play more. You work in the octagon. Get out of the base, Dragoon. You do not want to be caught in your base. There are too many easy angles for the opponents to collapse in on you. And remember, there are explodey things. Let's see if I can find them. These blow up. Don't stand next to these. Okay? Deal. All right, let's take a look at the game clock. 9:45 was when our last set of power-ups occurred. We unfortunately were in the death screen when the new fuel rod popped up. Additionally, the OS should be showing up in 30 seconds, because if you remember, the OS was picked up a little bit later than the fuel rod cannon. So my next goal, because I know it's impossible to get a hold of the fuel rod. Let me make sure this is me. It is me, okay. I see that they have the fuel rod. The next goal, and the only way to... Nice missed nade. I think I was going for... hitting it off there. The next goal is just getting a hold of the OS, because that's it's our last hope to try and secure and close out this game. So am I positioned for that OS? The answer is no. I'm trying to confront fuel rod, bro. And I think I do okay here. Storm rifle, freaking great in this game, you guys. That red player should have collapsed in on me. He would have had me easily, so... Get a carbine that has no shots in it. Don't you hate that when it looks like it's leaning on the wall the way you want it to, but it's actually not? We should be coming up on OS timing here. Where? Oh, where? Oh, where? There it is. This guy's a smart player. This guy's waiting for the OS. He understands what an advantage it is. Oh, look at that. A delicious OS. And that's going to seal the game. That's legit going to be the end of the game right there. So if I can find me, thank you. All right. We can chalk this game up to bad power weapon control and bad map decisions, period. The accuracy didn't matter. Teammates going super negative didn't matter. We just played poorly, in regards to the actual decisions that we made. So if I look here, 17-10. That's not a bad KDA, 17-5-10. And then the rest of the teammates going negative there. But... Here's the issue. When we actually just critically look back at this game, we missed every OS. Blue team did not get a single OS. We got one fuel rod out of the 3 in the game. That's it. That's why you lose by 10. It's not your teammates. There's so much that I could have done better in that match. It's not the accuracy, it's just the decisions. And you go back and you look at one of these and you go, all right. All of this stuff happens so stinking fast. All of this happens. You're making hundreds of tiny decisions as the match progresses, and it's just hard for your brain to compute all of it. When you actually get the chance to look back, man, that's pretty. It's really pretty. When you take the chance to look back and see it's as simple as that. Map decisions. Where do we position on the map? Well, controlling the tower is great, but the control of the tower is the intention of controlling that weapon. And so if you're missing the timings of this weapon, you're losing one of the big advantages of this. Gosh darn, these maps look good. I hope we get more dev-made maps in the upcoming DLC. Don't blame losses on your teammates. Instead, look for what you can improve upon. There's a very good chance that you could get the worst teammates in the world and they go so negative, it was impossible for you to win. But that attitude of, we lost because of our teammates, delays your progression. Look in your own gameplay for what you could have improved upon, and there's always something, even at pro level gameplay, when those guys are having great matches, there are still decisions that they make that are mistakes. There are better options. That's why this game is so awesome. There's hundreds of tiny decisions that you're going to make at all times. So don't have the arrogance to assume that you played the perfect game. Oh, it's my teammates' fault. Yeah, you might have lost because you got bad teammates, but you will not progress that fast if you adopt that attitude and blame others. Like, no, don't do that. All right, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, please let me know with a like or a comment if you found this helpful. Next video, we're going to talk and tackle handling pressure. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. I'll see you next time.